It's like you start off, no one really gives a shit.
No, dude.
No one
and they
cares.
shouldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
You've given them no reason to care.
Because people don't like words, they like action.
And that's the more that I've done the podcast, the more I've gotten away from being the kind of person that says I'm going to do things. Like that's why I haven't spoke about the Dubai thing. Like even until right when I went there, and like I still didn't really talk about it, because it's like I don't have a warehouse there yet. I don't have there's a lot that needs to go down for that to happen, and like I'm working on it. But I just don't really care to fucking say I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Like they're the people that just piss you off the most, and you rob something from yourself in a sense where if you tell people what you're going to do and you it just looks like you're sort of bragging and full of shit. Yeah. But B, then you rob your own fulfillment at the finish line. Yeah. Like when you actually did this thing because you wanted the validation that's attached to achieving a goal. You were seeking that the whole time and you were on like a drip feed of it, so like by the time you got the big hit, and that's why I think when you were saying before, it doesn't even feel as good as the moment in the actual moment. Because I think a lot of times we've like ruined the moment by like saying we're going to do it. And there's a sense where when I've looked back at that in my own life where I almost wanted to say I was going to do things that were like really bold and ambitious to almost like lock myself into doing them.
Well, it keeps you accountable, I guess, in that sense.
Yeah.
But I find like
But there's another level to that where you just do it for your own reasons. You don't need the validation through the process and then you just get it at the end,
Do you find like, I guess when you, like I'll think about something for months, possibly years. And like, I'm going over this in my head constantly. And then I'll come up with the decision. Like the final step is telling someone, but it's already, I'm going to do it. And I had a friend of mine, Sam Purdy, and I remember, I don't know, we were out somewhere and I said I was going to do something. And then literally, I think it was like go to Tasmania and do like this fire twirling class thing. And I was just like, yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And then literally the next day, and then
once you'd set it,
once I set, but it was already like, I knew I was going to do it. Yeah. And then I got back from that trip and he's just like, one thing I noticed, man, as soon as you say you're going to do something, within the next couple days, hours, minutes, whatever, you do it. Yeah. I was like, why else would you say it? Yeah. But I think it's the whole thing. It's like people want to brag about it. But people obviously don't see in my mind or your mind that like,
we've thought about this for a long time. Yeah.
There's time behind, like you obviously don't see the iceberg underwater, and that's obviously all the thought process that goes into it.
Yeah. And then I think that there's definitely an element too of like you're trying to read the room on your idea to where it's like, oh, is this a good idea? Like that's basically, you tell people your ideas and then you're just waiting for like, all right, now tell me if this is a good idea. Yeah. So, I mean, there's people in my life that will know all my plans. Like Sammy's one of them. Maddie's one of them. Like there's a few, like Shane, there's a few boys where I tell them all like I just probably lay it on over the top, but it's like, I'm doing that in a sense of like, righto boys, what am I missing? Yeah. Like, is this fucking stupid?